Utah Puck Report. Very special episode today as we start to get to know our new NHL team and our new NHL players. Special guest today joining us is Lawson Crouse. Lawson, welcome to Utah.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me on the show. I look forward to chatting with you for a bit.
Oh, you have no idea how much we're looking forward to this. Lawson, what should the people of Utah, the Utah hockey fans, know about you? What's your role on the team and what's your style of play? What would you like them to know?
That's a good question to start off with. I'm a big guy on the ice. I skate pretty well. I've kind of been a player that's been, pretty reliable all over the ice. I like to bring the energy. I like to be as physical as I can. And I like to put the puck in the back of the net. So, obviously looking forward to the new opportunity in Utah and can't wait to get going here.
Nice. Just going back, can you kind of take us through the first time you heard that the team might be moving to Utah? I know there was rumors and stuff forever. Like, did you see it online? Did somebody tell you, like, hey, we might be going to Utah next year?
Yeah, I think we were on one of our last road trips, and I remember coming down to the breakfast room, and I heard some commotion, and then some of the guys were like, look on Twitter, and we all looked on Twitter, and it was kind of just tweets from everyone, saying that the possibility of moving to Utah was starting to become real. And at that point, we still didn't know if it was happening 100%. But we actually had a game that night, so we had a pretty good meeting with our staff and with the coach, and we had to kind of block out all that noise because we had a big game later that night, and we actually ended up going on to win that game. So after that game, it was a great feeling in the locker room with, how we handled adversity and dealt with everything. And then from there on out, we continued the road trip, and then our GM met us in Edmonton and told us that, this was the real deal. It's not just rumors on Twitter, and it kind of happened so quickly.
Yeah, that is pretty quick, and I can't even imagine what it's like to have to try to prepare for an NHL game, and then to have all that stuff going on in the background. So that's crazy. So what were your initial thoughts? Had you ever been to Utah before? Did you know much about Utah?
No, honestly, I didn't know much about Utah. Obviously, I've seen, videos and stuff on Instagram and TikTok on the parks there and the beautiful state. But other than that, I didn't know much about Utah. And obviously, when we got there, I guess that would have been over 2 weeks ago now. I was blown away. You kind of get that similar mountain feel as Arizona, except a little bit more snow on the mountains, not the deserty mountains here.
Do you have a family that you had to pack up and move?
Yeah, so it's my wife, and we got a little dog. So we're trying to figure all that out kind of right now, and it's happening very quickly, but everything will work out the way it's supposed to.
So when you guys came in for that meet the team day, like, what were the emotions like on that plane, and what was your wife experiencing? Like, what were you guys talking about on the way in?
Yeah, we were all excited. I think, I remember the plane ride. It was an early one for us, but we had all our wives. We could have brought whoever we wanted. So some guys with kids brought their kids. It was incredible when we landed, just seeing the support of, the state of Utah and in Salt Lake. And I remember coming down off those plane steps and just hearing the cheers from all the minor hockey kids in the airplane hangar. It gave me goosebumps, and it was nice. We actually had about 20 minutes or so to connect with them, sign some things. So it was a very warm welcome.
And then you go from that, you get taken around. What parts of Utah did you get to see that day?
Yeah, it was actually a busy day. So we went from there. We went to the hotel. We dropped some stuff off. We ended up going for a little brunch before we started our day. We did a tour of the Delta Center there, and then we went from there to the Jazz practice facility. And then a few of us had to kind of escape and go do some media, and I'm not sure what they got up to after that. But we met back at the rink and then did the whole rink thing that everyone saw online, which was probably one of the coolest things that I've been a part of in a long time.
Yeah, what separates that? I mean, it was so fun to see you guys get the opportunity to get up there and be like, hey, this is who I am. And, obviously Spicy Tuna goes crazy. But
Yeah.
how was that for you to get up and introduce yourself?
Yeah, that like I said, that was probably one of the coolest things I've been a part of in a really long time. And we we knew it was we were kind of peeking our heads out before we were walking down that tunnel, and we saw how many people were there. We heard that there was like 7,000 or so people that didn't get let in, and um they were making noise before we even came out. So we knew it was going to be a lot of fun. And then um when we walked down that line to go up to the stage, and just the amount of cheers, the loud energy, you could really feel the love from the fans. And when we were on stage, we didn't none of that was planned. We knew we had to stand up, introduce who we were, where we were from, and what position we played. And Nick Schmaltz started it off and kind of got the crowd going a little bit. So then we were all like, okay, we got to do something here. The fans reacted like I've never seen before. So we had a lot of fun with it. Obviously, the spicy tuna thing was hilarious, but that just speaks to Obi. Obi Spicy Tuna. I call him Obi because I'm really good friends with him. But that's his character. He's a player that the community will enjoy, the fans will enjoy, and the players, we all love him. He's one of those guys that holds our team together and brings a lot to us. So we're really hoping that they can get a deal done here and have him back in a Utah jersey here.
Yeah, I've talked about that on my show a lot. As an unrestricted free agent, you really have to have helped yourself when you win the whole crowd over. And I mean, there's already T-shirts made in Utah about it.
Yeah, I mean, it goes with the fans here. They all love him here in Arizona, and he's just such a great person. And like I said, he's always out in the community. He'll do anything for his teammates, anything for the fans. So definitely that reaction was well deserved, and it brought a lot of laughs and smiles to our faces on stage.
Yeah, it looked like you guys were having a great time. Okay, so Utah has some myths to it, some stereotypes or whatever, and then you get here. Did you find anything that you expected, or did you find stuff that was unexpected to you as you got to meet some people from Utah and see our culture?
The thing that blew me away was how nice everyone was. From the moment I landed, the hotel staff, the people driving the cars, everyone was just so friendly. And for me, being a Canadian boy, it kind of reminds me of home a little bit with the weather and the friendliness. So that's kind of what blew me away, was just how friendly everyone was, and I can't wait to be a part of that.
Okay. Speaking of being a part of it, have you ever been skiing and snowboarding? Because I'm supposed to ask if you're a skier or a snowboarder. Have you ever done either?
I used to do a little bit of skiing when I was younger. We actually have in our contracts that we're not allowed to ski for obvious reasons,
Right.
but if I had to pick one, I would definitely be a skier.
Okay. All right, that's fair. And that's too bad to live in a state like this and not be able to ski, but I get it. All
Yeah.
right. So, one more question, and you've seen the list of names that for the team. Did you get on and vote? Do you have 4 favorites right now, or do you have a favorite that you want to be called?
It's yeah, I've seen the list. I mean, I like what's going on. I like how, Ryan and his wife are letting the community and the state pick the team. I think, ever since I started talking with Ryan, he's made it clear that this is all about community. It's a family feel, and by him doing that, I think it engages a lot of people and makes them feel like they have a lot of, say in what can happen. So I think it's a really good idea. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a favorite. I'll leave that up to the great fans. Doesn't matter what name I have on that chest. You're gonna get the same player out of me. So I'm just looking forward to, finally hearing the name, seeing the uniforms. I feel like they could probably get some creative ideas going with the uniforms, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it all.
Have you seen all the mock-ups that have been online with all the different, like all the Yeti ones, all the Venom ones?
Yeah, I've seen those. I didn't know if those were just, if those are true ideas, but I've seen some pretty cool ones online for sure.
Yeah, it's been crazy. And that's what anybody can do with AI on their phone, right? Like,
Yeah,
you can just tell your phone to make it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome that Ryan's also using Qualtrics. Like, have his day job help decide everybody's, get everybody's input on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of going back to that about, you don't care, because we're in the same boat right now. Like, all I want to do is cheer for you guys and have you guys here. And I don't know how many times people have told you, but man, welcome to Utah. We're excited to have you. I don't care what name's on your chest either. We're going to be there every day, just supporting you guys and hopefully giving you a real home feel. I know a lot of you loved Arizona, and I don't think it was Arizona's fault that, they lost you. I know the fans were true fans there, but we're going to try and make up for that and welcome those Arizona fans and just welcome you guys in. We're excited to have you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll say it again. Like I can't wait to get this new chapter going. And you said it well. Yeah, our fans here in Arizona, they were true diehard fans, and I have a lot of, I feel for them a lot. Obviously, it's not their fault that our team got moved, but I've reached out to a few of them, and it sounds like most of them are going to continue to watch us, which is great. And you never know, maybe they get a team back here in the future. And I can't say anything bad about the Coyotes fans. They've always supported me. They've supported my wife. I've been here for 8 years, so I've kind of gotten to know them pretty well. And but saying that, those fans in Utah, they blew me away, and I can't wait to be a part of that again.
Yeah, you're gonna find we've got a lot here in Utah, and this is a great place to raise a family. I know, and actually, it's funny. I'm from Utah, but my first NHL game with my son was the Arizona Coyotes against Detroit Red Wings, and we worked all day on my kid howling for when the Coyotes scored, and it's just an amazing experience. So we're excited to be able to have you be so many people's first NHL game here in Utah. It's just going to have such an impact on the state.
Yeah, it's exciting. Like we're, whoever suits up opening night, we're a part of history now, and that's something that we can't take for granted.
All right, perfect. Well, is there anything else that you want to tell the fans of Utah, what they should expect from this team and who they should watch out for? You're the first one to speak, and just like you were that night, like you and Clayton Keller got out. He's a Shattuck guy. I'm a Shattuck guy, so I kind of already knew who he was. But what do you want to tell the fans of Utah to expect from this team and the players they have already?
We're a very hungry team. We're ready. We're gonna give it everything we have for you guys, and we can't wait to be a part of this. We can't wait to connect with you guys, and we're really looking forward to opening night. We hope to see you guys all there.
Awesome. And we'll call that is the Utah Puck Report. Want to give a special thanks to Chipman Roofing. These are hockey people supporting the hockey community. It's Chipman Roofing. For all your roofing needs, just check out chipmanroofing.com. And if you like what you hear on the podcast, please leave a review, leave a rating. Wherever you listen to your podcast, make sure you give us a rating. Like to check out KSLSports.com as well. There's going to be more hockey on there. As more hockey comes up, it's going to be always right there, KSLSports.com. Big thanks to Madison Miller for putting up with us and making this thing work.